From making diamonds out of mud to enchanting your armor better than any of your friends, these are 33 ways to be a millionaire in Minecraft.
The best way to get rich is to place a small investment. So if you've ever considered buying another Minecraft account, you could pull something super sneaky on your server. So just by getting on the server, just ask generous players around you to donate some items and help you get started, not knowing that you'll just place them in your chest for later and pick them up on your original account. Talk about sneaky.
But if buying an account is too expensive for you, why don't you just become unkillable and just steal the loot yourself? Begin by consuming an enchanted golden apple, then swiftly follow it up with a plain golden apple. Wait for the absorption effect to run its course, then repeat this process once more. When executed correctly, you'll stack the yellow hearts to your heart's desire. Not even the warden can damage me! Ow!
Netherite value isn't a secret. However, acquiring these demands considerable time and a stroke of luck. So it would be a shame to see your friend's spare set of netherite tools gathering dust when it could be put to good use by somebody else, namely you. Fortunately, there's a simple and cost-effective solution at hand. Enchanted stone tools bear a striking resemblance to their netherite counterparts, making them ideal decoys. By crafting decoy tools and seamlessly swapping them in, especially if they're named the same to their original picks, you can successfully execute the switch. Just make sure your friend doesn't have tooltip enabled.
Why is my netherite pickaxe so slow?
But to make the last fact come true, we need some levels. And here's an intriguing fact. By breaking sculpt with a tool without silk touch, such as this diamond toe, they consistently give you a single experience point. See for yourself, 1 experience point every time, which can be slow, but hey, at least you're not making time-consuming XP farms.
Crafting end crystals typically requires an Eye of Ender, a gas tier, and 7 glass. But here's something you didn't know. Back in Minecraft 1.9 Snapshot 15W44A, you could snag end crystals with significantly less effort, only with a stroke of luck. Surprisingly, skeleton horses have the potential to drop these crystals. While encountering one of these horses was rare, it surely beat the hassle of dealing with endermen and ghasts. It remains a complete mystery why Mojang decided to remove this feature. Let me know in the comments what your opinion is.
Now what if I told you that looting ocean monuments without even setting foot inside is entirely possible? It's true! Take note of the spots I'm indicating on these pyramid-like structures adorning the monument's exterior. You can select either side. Simply place down a door, then dig beneath the block you're standing on. If you spot dark prismarine, congratulations, you've struck gold. Get it? Because you really are striking gold. Okay, I'll leave.
What is the best way to grow sugarcane? If you thought of sand or dirt, you are wrong, because mud is the real way to go. Despite its unconventional nature, the mud block reigns supreme for one simple reason. Its shorter height. This unique attribute allows us to achieve 100% collection efficiency by placing hoppers directly underneath it. As a result, every item harvested from our sugarcane farm seamlessly funnels down to where they belong. Compared to the alternative method involving hopper minecarts and additional hoppers, opting for mud offers a much more efficient solution.
But what if you don't need a sugarcane farm anymore? What will you do with the mud? Let me show you how to turn this mud block into diamonds. Mud blocks can be dried over dripstone, ultimately getting us clay blocks. The clay blocks, in turn, unlock new opportunities, as you can trade them for villagers for precious emeralds, then exchange them with toolsmiths and armors for top-tier diamond armor and tools. And there you go. You literally turned some mud into diamonds. Woohoo! I'm rich!
But let's continue on the topic of trading with villagers. This villager trade is nothing short of extraordinary. Finding villages that will trade you emeralds for wheat is like hitting the jackpot. Simply roam around the village, harvest an incredible quantity of hay bales, and then convert them all into wheat. With this simple exchange, you've essentially created your very own emerald machine.
Only problem with that kind of trading is that villagers need time to restock. But with this hack, we can bypass that, making us ultra rich. By setting up a villager in the end and utilizing the end teleporter gateways, we can maintain continuous trading without the risk of the villagers timing out. The brilliance of this design lies in its simplicity. There's no need to break bedrock. Instead, we merely toggle a trapdoor, activate a water source, and conduct trades with the villager as we're teleported between locations. This now gives us opportunity to trade as much as we want.
If you ever started a grand project in survival mode, you're likely familiar with the struggle of collecting certain blocks in large quantities. Quartz and prismarine, for instance, can be particularly challenging to justify when not in creative mode. Until you have the means to automate resource gathering with a sophisticated farm, why not take advantage of your friend's foundation? Using valuable blocks on the floor can seem like a waste, especially when they could opt for more resource-efficient half slabs instead. So why not consider subtly repurposing parts of their build build with more cost-effective alternatives. This way, both parties benefit from access to these sought-after blocks for their own projects, and your friend won't even notice the switch until they start breaking the blocks to relocate their build.
Who stole my floor?
Do you want to experience the thrill of Monopoly games where you own every spot and your friends just have to pay you in advance? Well, by securing early access to end cities and monopolizing elytras, you can have unique opportunity to dominate the flight market within Minecraft. By controlling the supply of elytra and offering them to fellow players at a premium price, you can earn all the diamonds you want. Woo! I can bathe in money!
What if your friends keep their valuables in their chest and you want to steal it but not get caught? By placing hoppers and daylight detectors, you can discreetly siphon items from the storage chest of others. And the best part is that it'll be super slow, so your friends won't even notice that their items are gone, or at least not until it's too late.
Another thing you can do to get ultra rich is to make this pillager farm and get all of the totems of undying that you can later sell at a reasonable price. Just don't tell your friends that you got them from an AFK farm. Instead, tell them stories of how you had to raid so many mansions to get these totems.
By strategically stocking up on leather and sticks before encountering a village, you can significantly enhance potential for a lucrative villager trading endeavor. Setting up a village breeder and acquiring librarian villagers becomes paramount in this pursuit. Librarian villagers offer access to sought-after enchantments, including but not limited to Fortune 3, a game changer for efficient resource gathering and wealth accumulation. With careful planning and execution, you can leverage these resources to maximize trading potential, making you the richest man on the server.
But what if we want to have these trades even cheaper than they are? By repeatedly zombifying and curing the villager, we can reset its trades, enabling us to purchase whatever we want for just 1 emerald. Now, if you want to speed this up, just deal with 1 raid and get the hero of the village effect. With that, you can even get free items on the side. Yeah, give me all your riches.
But what if we want to get diamonds in the mines and not go through trading? Then let me introduce you to the simple machine. The only thing that's hard to get is a couple of ancient debris, but after getting it, you can construct it and get infinite diamonds. And building more machines like this will speed up the process, making you 10 times richer.
But we need to get the ancient debris before making that machine. Using beds and TNT can speed up the process, but what if you're short on resources? Fear not, for if you still crave explosive solutions, a TNT duper for netherite mining might be just what you need. Here's the gist. Drop TNT onto an obsidian platform and harness the resulting explosion power to clear out extensive areas of the mines. Despite the need to remain vigilant for pesky lava pockets, the sheer volume of blocks you'll be clearing means you can swiftly navigate around them without wasting precious time.
Horses don't often receive the attention they deserve, especially when other forms of travel like an elytra is available. However, what horses lack in practicality, they more than make up for as a status symbol, particularly when equipped with rare horse armor. To subtly bring your friend's prized steed down a notch, a bit of deception might help. By crafting dyed leather horse armor, we can create replicas that closely resemble the iron and gold variants they're accustomed to seeing. So now, while they're thinking that their horse is wearing diamond armor, we can ride into the sunset like a real cowboy. Yeehaw!
Oh, Steve, we went through so much trouble to get you this diamond armor. But wait, why does it look different?
But what about real ways to show your wealth? Owning a fully powered beacon is the way to go, but possessing one crafted entirely from netherite takes the concept of flexing to a whole new level. However, if your friend manages to secure such a treasure before you do, it's certainly not worth allowing them to bask in the glory of such a rare find uncontested. In such a scenario, there's a clever strategy to devalue their prized possession without raising any suspicion. Since beacons consist of multiple layers, you can just mine the blocks within the beacon, leaving the outer shell intact to maintain the facade. But if they notice that they no longer have the best effect, just fill the gap with some iron blocks and you're good to go.
Among the hundreds of duplication glitches, this one stands out for its remarkable potency. By simply positioning fences beneath an end portal and releasing a gravity block from a height of 3 blocks above the portal, players could exploit this method to duplicate items. However, the joy was short-lived, as Mojang swiftly addressed this issue, fixing it in the 1.19 Java version.
But let me show you something you can still do. With this trick, you can duplicate any block that falls when you break it, like sand, gravel, or even concrete powder. Just break the end portal frames and boom! But remember, you gotta set up a collection system on the other side, or it'll be a total mess when you go through. Pretty awesome, right? Now you can have tons of blocks for your build without breaking a sweat.
Does this block look different for you? Yeah, that's because this is suspicious sand. If you stumble upon a suspicious block, here's a trick you can use to transport it back to your base intact. Simply dig around the block until you're 3 to 4 blocks below it. Then create a small hole and fill it with water, forming a bubble column leading upwards to the suspicious block. Next, break the blocks beneath the suspicious one so they fall into the water. Now all that's left is to wait for about 30 seconds, and the block will pop right out. Now you have one of the rarest blocks in Minecraft, making you extremely rich.
In recent Minecraft updates, constructing iron farms has become really simple. Gone are the days of meticulously placing doors in precise configurations. And for stupid people like me, that's some great news. Now, with streamlined designs like the one building an iron farm, this could be accomplished in just 5 minutes. Despite the minimal time investment, this compact design yields an impressive output of 300 to 400 ingots per hour. Now that's how you can get those iron blocks to replace the netherite you stole earlier.
Going through the ancient cities without attracting the attention of the warden presents a problem. So if you wish to loot all of the goodies from this ancient city, just be sure to utilize that sneak button and all the wool you can get. That way you can even get this enchanted apple.
Enchanted apple? That's not nearly as valuable as this armor trim I found. Just take a glance at how mundane this armor appears. Now behold the transformation after adding an armor trim. Notice the striking difference it makes? Just make sure to have enough resources to duplicate the trims. That is, if you don't want to go scavenging in an ancient city.
Alright, here's a sneaky trick for hiding your stolen goodies. When you've swiped some items from a chest, the tricky part is keeping them safe without getting caught, right? Well, here's what you do. Take your chests, or shulker boxes, and stash them way up high beyond the clouds at build height. Since chests and shulker boxes are rendered entities, they won't be visible from the ground below. It's like having your own secret vault in the sky.
If your villagers are constantly escaping from your trading stations, the solution might be simpler than you think. Honey blocks. Despite their sticky nature, no mob can jump off a honey block to gain enough height for escape. By strategically placing a couple of these blocks inside your trading stations, your villagers will be securely contained. For added protection, consider surrounding them with honey blocks to prevent zombies from attacking your villagers. Get away, you rotten flesh!
Did you know that using something besides a hoe to break certain crops like carrots or potatoes can actually give you some awesome benefits? It's true! By using a tool with a fortune enchantment, you can get way more crops than usual. This means bigger harvests and more food for you. Plus, fortune also works on leaves, so you can get extra apples too. So if you don't want to use a pickaxe to break leaves and crops, enchant your hoe and get that sweet extra loot.
Before enchanting your tools with fortune though, hold on a minute and let me explain why that is a mistake. When it comes to enchanting your pickaxe, hold off on adding fortune for now. Instead, opt for Silk Touch to maximize efficiency during mining trips. With a Silk Touch pickaxe, you'll collect ores in their raw form, saving valuable inventory space. Once you've gathered all the ores, return to your base and switch to your fortune pickaxe. This approach serves 2 purposes. You'll be able to carry more ores, and you're not at risk of losing stacks of valuable resources if you happen to meet your demise underground. Not like that's gonna happen to me. Ah! It burns!
When naming your tools in Minecraft, it's crucial to plan ahead and avoid a common mistake, naming them after applying enchanted books. As illustrated in this example, each time you name your tool after enchanting it, the cost increases significantly. This inflated cost affects the overall enchantment cost of the entire tool, which is something we want to avoid altogether. To prevent unnecessary expenditure of experience points, it's best to come up with a name before enchanting it.
Farming levels can easily become one of the most time-consuming tasks in Minecraft, especially without the luxury of an XP farm to kickstart your journey. However, there's a relatively safe method to acquire levels swiftly, by farming nether quartz in the nether. With a whopping 45 chance of spawning, nether quartz is virtually omnipresent. Moreover, it stands as one of the best sources of experience, second only to diamond. Gather nether quartz and you'll get yourself anywhere between 2 to 5 points of experience per harvest. Woohoo! So many levels!
Instead of enchanting items the usual way, there's a super awesome technique that lets you apply more than 30 enchantments to a single item. Yep, you heard that right. Even though there's only 30 enchantments in the game, you can basically have any enchantment you want on your item without getting that annoying "too expensive" message. This trick is all about using the the anvil properly and understanding how different enchantments have different values. It's kind of complicated to explain all the details here, but you should totally check out Nembon's video for a full explanation. Once you've gotten the hang of this technique, your tools will be super powerful and you can still repair them whenever you need to. Isn't that awesome? And another thing that is awesome and not expensive at all is liking this video.